Hello there, PSU business students. We are your fellow student body, and we are here to talk to you about studying abroad and the benefits as a PSU student. We encourage you to invest in your future by studying abroad. We are going to talk to you about the different advantages of studying abroad. We are going to talk to you about language and cultural barriers that you might encounter and how you can overcome them. We're going to talk to you about a personal experience from a business student who is currently studying abroad in America from Dubai. And we are going to talk to you about considering the different options when it comes to studying abroad, where you can study and how you can prepare yourself for studying. Navigating finances should not be a barrier to studying abroad. So we are going to tell you how and what different options you have for studying abroad. And lastly, we're going to give you a call to action and how to take your next steps when it comes to studying abroad. I'm going to hand it off to Sydney. She's going to tell you the different advantages of studying.
Thank you, Bailey. So I'm Sydney, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the business advantages of studying abroad. So studying abroad gives students the chance to gain valuable skills that will help them transition from school to the business world. As business grows on a global scale with increased foreign trade, foreign direct investment, and overseas jobs, there is a growing need for employees who are competent with their cross-cultural communication skills and have experience communicating across cultures and with people from different parts of the world. So as Howard Wallach, the Vice President of Global Business Development, says in this quote above, when you stay in your own culture, you kind of develop a closed mindset that doesn't allow you to really understand how people from other cultures think and what they kind of expect. So going to different cultures and countries lets you develop an open mindset that will in turn help you in the workplace and help you better communicate with people from different areas of the world. It gives you greater perspective and gives you competitive edge in the job market. And it's also just something that helps you build your resume when entering in the workforce and really stand out from other competitors who are going for the same jobs as you. So according to the results from a study done on students who participated in an IES study abroad program, 89% of students obtained their first job within 6 months of graduating, and 78% of these students thought that their first job was a stepping stone towards a career or a career itself. So studying abroad ultimately allows students to grow as an individual and learn how other individuals think. It also allows them to build their resume in ways that help them stand out to future employers. And it also gives them a chance to find other opportunities as far as their career and figure out kind of what else is out there for them and what else they might be interested in. So next I'm going to pass it off to Dayron, who is going to talk about language and cultural considerations in studying abroad.
Awesome. Thank you, Sydney. And hi, my name is Dayron Bueno, and today I will focus on the various opportunities and barriers that language and culture may present when considering studying abroad. When it comes to learning a new language and adapting to a new culture, I know all about it. I came here when I was 8 years old from Cuba, and it was very difficult learning how to speak, write, and read the English language. Not only was it difficult for the language piece of my travel, but also the adaptiveness to whole different society and culture that sometimes it was overwhelming. For many of us, these are the struggles that are encountered when entering a new country, but there are many alternatives and opportunities that aren't out of your reach. For example, many alternatives and opportunities offers here at Portland State University are offered to enhance your learning at a second language. Even though it's not required, it is highly recommended that you take at least 1 to 2 courses in one academic year of a second language, preferably the language that is spoken in the country you want to study abroad. This is only beneficial to you because it alleviates the difficulties when communicating with other people in other countries. While learning another language can be very daunting, it helps you expand your knowledge and communication skills. If learning a new language is not the right fit for you, there are also over 200 of programs that Portland State offers that are all in English. Once research has been done, students may encounter other difficulties, which is learning and adapting to a new culture. For myself at 8 years of age, that was a very important aspect of my experience here in the United States. Yet through time and development of friendships, I have learned much about the evolving culture of America. For that reason, it is very important when learning about a new culture that it takes time, effort, and of course open-mindedness to be fully involved in the nature of a new culture. And now, I would like to present my friend Aziz, who would love to talk about his experience here in America.
Hello. Thank you, Darren. I would like now to talk about my experience here. As an international student, I've been through the experience of studying abroad, and I think I can talk about it a little bit. My main 2 points are today are independence and homesickness. First of all, what does independence mean? Independence is making your own decisions in opinion and conduct. Being responsible is a major part of being independent. And the studying abroad grows your sense of responsibility because you'll be responsible for everything in your life. Facing new people, with a new culture, in a new environment, with all the extra responsibilities, will make you more independent than ever. From my own experience, after 1.5 years here, I feel like I'm 10 years older because of the all skill that I have acquired. During my time here, I have earned more skill than I did in my past 18 years back home. Being international student, or in other words, studying abroad, is always helpful because of the many advantages you gain from this experience. Um, but overcoming these difficulties will turn them into huge advantages. Homesickness is the distress caused by real or expected partition from home or attachment objects like family and friends. Uh, in my opinion, homesickness is not really bad because once you overcome this problem, wherever you are will be your home. My start here at Portland wasn't really bad. My first days or weeks was really easy. I did not feel homesick and everything was fine. But after a couple of months, I started feeling homesick, and it wasn't. It sometimes this feeling was bad, sometimes not, but it was always beatable. There are many ways to overcome these feelings. First, you need to be open-minded and accept this new culture. And second, the second thing is that you need to make new friends here and learn from them. The third thing is that you need to keep your life stable and stay away from troubles, because troubles will make it hard to overcome your difficulties. And so overall, I think that homesickness is just a small obstacle with a huge advantages. Now I'm gonna turn. Now I'm gonna introduce my friend Michael.
Okay, so when studying abroad through PSU, you may realize that there's a lot of different countries and programs that are offered to study through. And in order to help narrow this down, you can start by picking a country of interest. And by this I mean pick a country that you want to go to as far, like, that you've always wanted to go to. Like, do you want to visit the ruins in South America or the technological advances in Asia? Or would you like to go see the old and new cities mushed together in Europe? Whatever it may be, you can make a list of the countries that are your top choice. And after you've done that, you should make sure that your countries of your top choice have schools that offer the major or courses that go along with your major and that will be able to transfer, so that you can get credits while you are studying abroad. Because while you are abroad for fun, you are also there to go to school, so you want to make sure that these credits will be transferred over to your PSU. And so it goes along directly with picking your courses is also going to be your length of stay. Because if you're staying there for just one term, then you will only need to pick one term worth of classes that will transfer. Versus if you're going to be there for a year, you will need to pick a year's worth of classes that will transfer. And so, after picking up your length of stay, it is important to think about where in the world you are going to be, so that you can decide, or like you can figure out exactly what is around your school, what else you want to visit when you're not going to be in school, so that you know the safety of the places, like as far as in the cities go, because just as in the U.S. cities, there are dangerous areas. Same with abroad, there will be the more dangerous areas. So it's just good to have an idea of where you are located in the city, or where your school will be located in the city, where you'll be living in the city. And it's also good to know like where you will be in comparison in the world, because you will have to think about if you're going to be studying abroad in South America during winter term here at PSU, it will be summer in South America. Or if you're going to be in Denmark during the winter, it'll be much colder than it is here at PSU. So these are all things to think about when you're studying abroad. And so I know a lot of you are probably now wondering, how am I going to finance studying abroad? And so I'm going to pass this along to my friend Justice, who will be able to answer all these questions.
Thank you, Michael. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, everybody. My name is Justice, and I'm here to talk to you about finances. So the most common reason for why students choose not to study abroad is because of money. The reality is that students are often overwhelmed with the idea of high travel expenses and costly foreign abroad programs that they just give up on the possibility of studying abroad. Although some abroad programs are a little bit more expensive than your local community college, there are actually a lot of affordable options out there. There's multiple financial resources such as scholarships, fellowships, and grants that can support your education abroad. Lastly, there are plenty of countries that have a low cost of living, and some with free education. Therefore, taking your education abroad has the potential to put more money in your pocket than actually studying here in the United States. Many colleges and universities across the United States are establishing something called the cost parity system for abroad programs. This means that the cost for tuition and board would cost the same amount as it would at home as abroad. Study abroad programs are not the only option. You can actually choose to directly enroll in a country, say, with low tuition and low cost of living, and study that way. And in doing so, you will save a lot of money. The longer that you stay in that country, the more money that you will save, as opposed to living in an expensive city like Portland. To be more specific, certain examples are places like France and Australia, Ireland, and Costa Rica, and even China. These are all regions of the world that are very popular for Americans to go to because they're recognized as very inexpensive. They have high quality institutions, and the cost of living is fairly cheap. And also, Germany is to be greatly highlighted because they have absolutely free tuition across the board for the whole country. And it's not just for Germans, it's for everybody internationally. And in each major city in Germany, they have globally ranked universities. So, on the other hand, you have the United States, which according to RankingAmerica.com is only ranked 14th in the world of education quality. Yet we have one of the highest costs of living in this country. And let us not forget, there are several ways that you can finance your education abroad. Federal financial aid is available for you, and as long as you're studying part-time, you can take your financial aid anywhere across the seas. There is also the Gilman Scholarship, which is a federal Pell Grant for federal Pell Grant recipients who want to study abroad, and it could be just for the summer, or it can be for a semester, or it can be for a year. And that grant offers $4,000 to $5,000. And then there is the National Security Education Program, which has fellowships and grants. And the grants can offer $20,000, and the fellowships can be even $30,000. The amazing thing about the National Security Education Program is that many of the students who go through this program receive a job offer from the federal government because this is their program. And finally, there is the Foreign Language and Area Studies program, which is directly for students who want to take their degree in foreign language and area studies. And this can offer you $5,000 to $18,000 in grant money. And at the end, I want to encourage you guys to get rid of any fear of having financial troubles when it comes to studying abroad, because really there's so many resources out there that you can find. And I want to encourage you to put your foot forward, step out and apply for these programs, because it just might be the best decision that you ever make. And to conclude, I would like to pass it on to Sandra Salcido. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Justice. I'm Sandra Salcedo. Every business student should travel abroad. Today you learned why and how to plan a trip. Sydney spoke about the many advantages in your career. The business world wants employees that have world experience and cultural knowledge, and education abroad can get that for you. Daron spoke about perceived language and culture barriers and how to overcome them. In your future career, you may be asked to travel to another country, speak another language, and practice other cultural norms. And education abroad can give you that experience. However, if you're nervous about speaking a different language or experiencing culture shock, there are many programs in education abroad around the world that are in English, and you can pick one for you that can help you ease so that you can also gain that experience. Assis spoke about his own personal experience with education abroad here in America. He overcame homesickness and gained independence. There is nothing to make you more independent than being in a foreign language without your mom and dad, and that will make you become an adult very quickly. Michael gave us a guide on how to best choose a program that will suit you and your needs. Whether you choose a program depending on how long you want to stay in a country or your educational needs regarding your major or how many credits you may want to earn while you're away. There's also programs with what country you may want to visit. So there are many available programs that can suit your needs as well. And Justice spoke to us about how to finance a trip abroad, whether it be with financial aid or the many scholarships available. There's also fellowships, and there are many programs at many price points that you can afford, and that can help you set you on your way for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Now that we have all of this information, what do we do with it? We call you, the business student, to action. Attend an Education Abroad 101 session as soon as you claim your major or as soon as possible. There you can meet with a peer advisor that can help you plan your trip. And every Education Abroad session is held every weekday at different times at East Hall, room 331, or Kramer Hall at room 169. Visit pdx.edu/ed-abroad to see the daily schedule to help you plan your visit. There is no better way to invest in your future than to study abroad. Thank you.